Hello, eighth grade. Today we're going to start working on some of the worksheet packets here. So just so you know, I've mentioned it in emails or comments or whatnot, but I don't think I've actually physically talked to you about it on a video. There's multiple ways to get the note packets or the worksheet packets. One of them is on Google Classroom. The very first thing I posted in the mineral rocks and volcano stuff. You've got the note packet and today's thing, which we're going to work on, worksheet packet. Both of these are also at Willowbrook in a blue cooler outside the front to main entrance. So those are already printed off in case your parents or whoever can get over there and grab you one. You can also print off the PDF if you've got a printer at home. If all else fails, you can grab some paper and a pencil and just kind of do it like you would with possibly some math assignments where there's just a question on the internet and you write it down on a piece of paper, go number one, call this page one, number one, page one, number two, that kind of thing. And obviously, eventually the numbers start over. But really, what we're focusing on today is the worksheet packet pages that are in or on minerals, I should say. So those are the first 3 pages. So there's 2 that I made, kind of updated, and then one that I used a long time ago. That was made by like a textbook company, that kind of thing. So really, the first page here, you're gonna mostly get from your notes. Obviously, you can look them up. If it asks what is a mineral, then you would look that up and write it down. Nothing too fancy on this one. There are a few terms that we may have not specifically written down in our notes. I know number 6, I talked about it in my video, but it wasn't one of the things that was written in our notes. So if you do have to, you can go to Google and look up some of that stuff too. It's not anything too terrible. Obviously, eventually you'll be able to eliminate a lot of the options from the word bank up here. But otherwise, the second page, you need to, and I'll post it with this video, it'll be in the same post. There is a mineral ID guide. I think it's, oh, maybe I didn't open that one. So let me go open that. This is what you're going to use for the second page. Sworn I did. Mineral ID. Here we go. So you're going to find this on Google Classroom's post, and you're going to use the first page. The first page has to do with minerals. The other 3-4 pages have to do with rocks, and we're not at rocks yet. So what you're going to do is you'll look at the first question on that page. What are the 2 main groups of minerals? You'll use this to kind of find how they group them into 2 chunks of minerals. Or some of them are going to be more specific, like what is the chemical formula of Fe2O3? So you find the one that's Fe2O3. Oops. Oh, which mineral has the chemical formula Fe2O3? So you find that, and then you find the mineral name. Okay, so the second page uses that mineral ID chart, which is the first page of what is called the ID table, minerals and rocks. And it's just kind of getting used to how they organize the information on minerals. Third page, you might be able to get a good chunk of these answers. Like, let's see, what's one that I know for sure? Let's see if we've even got it on there. Oh. Thought those were mineral names. That'll be fine though. So what I would say is like copper is in one of these minerals. You might be able to use this occasionally for that third page, but I have a feeling that Google will be a better friend for you on that third page. Like we can find one that has copper in it, like bauxite. I'm assuming that's on here. Nope. This is definitely not an all-inclusive list of minerals. They don't even have one with copper in here. So maybe we would look at galena, ore of lead. It's got lead in it, so it's used in batteries. I don't know if that's even one of the options on here. Is lead one of these things? Apparently not. So I'm going to say that that mineral ID chart isn't going to be super helpful for you. So what you would do is pretty much just say what element is used in fluorescent lights, or what element is used in wires, what element is used in light bulbs, and it'll pop up and it'll help you fill out some of the uses for these different elements. And where we get a lot of these elements, like why we're even doing this page here, is because if you go out and you mine a chunk of some type of mineral, they all have certain things in them. So if you need lead, you're going to go find galena. If you need carbon, you're going to go find graphite. If you need sulfur, you're going to go find, it doesn't have anything fancier of a name, it's just sulfur. If you want sodium chloride or sodium or whatever, you're going to go find halite. So that's why we're doing this third page here. Just kind of get us used to some of the different uses for different minerals, different elements. Some of them are actually minerals. Most of them aren't. So, okay, and that should be the end of what we need to work on. Yep, because that's on volcano stuff. But that is worth mentioning here for the volcano, this viscosity of lava lab. What we're going to do, and it's technically something that you might have some stuff laying around the house for. I'll do a video of me doing it just in case you don't have the materials, but just keep in mind coming up, if you have table salt, which most of you probably do, if you've got corn syrup, it doesn't have to be red food colored. It can just be plain old corn syrup, but I guess it looks cooler. It looks more like lava if you put red food coloring in it. If you have straws, if you've got some cups of some sort, they don't have to necessarily be paper cups, but just a small cup to put some stuff in. Whether they're medicine cups or paper cups doesn't really matter. They could be little tiny Tupperware bowls, really doesn't matter. The ruler is just for kind of measuring out some 1 centimeter lines, doesn't have to be perfect. None of the stuff in this lab has to be perfect, other than how much you want to keep the same amount of corn syrup in one cup as the other, and you want to have like a teaspoon or something to measure out salt. So I had 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, 3 teaspoons. So just keep that in mind. We're not doing that today, but if you want to actually do this lab, it's kind of a cool lab to understand the differences in lava and how that kind of affects the shape of a volcano and what kind of rocks form and all that kind of stuff. Be on the lookout for some of the materials. So take a look, see if you have corn syrup, if you have table salt, if you have straws, find some cups to put some stuff in. And that'll be something we will do not this week, but probably first thing next week. The only other thing to keep in mind is sometime this week, I'm going to have a Google form quiz on minerals put up. Just take care of that before the end of the week. I really don't care what day it happens on. You can do it today after you do the worksheets and look at the answer key. You can do it on Friday. I really don't care. Just get it done sometime this week. Okay, otherwise, do the first 3 worksheet pages. They're all on minerals. Might have to use Google for some. You might have to use this chart here, which especially for the second page. Keep an eye out for some of these materials for doing a lab. Remember, if you don't have them, I will be doing it and videotaping it, so you'll see the differences, but it might be cooler and more fun to do it on your own. And then do the Google form quiz on minerals sometime by the end of this week. Otherwise, ask me questions if you need to. Let me know if you have anything that you want me to explain. We can figure something out. Otherwise, have a great week.